No, gotta love a big Aussie 6-cylinder. A few people are asking if this is related to the American ones, but it's not. This is an Australian derived thing. Probably the best domestic car and engine you'll get. And little injectors. Hot. Cold. Thermostat isn't open yet. Power steering, radiator overflow. No major oil leaks. Just want to replace these, windscreen and 4 new tyres and she'll be right. Yeah. They're dead. It's probably the best one of the lot. The rest of them are pretty much bald. Yeah, that's gone. It's about 1.1 millimetre of tread. Windscreen's damaged, it's got some chips and cracks and things in it. Main one's there. Can't really see that. It's only a little bullseye chip, but it's right in the field of view. So it's a definite fail. And there's various other tiny little pock marks from being blasted with gravel and other crap. So yeah, windscreen fails. Tyres fail and front corner indicators fail. Brakes and everything work really well. Oil leaks, I'll probably do the rocker cover gasket, the cam cover gasket, and the front half moon seal. That seems to be pissing oil out, or whatever half moons come with the kit. Yeah. It's been idling for a while, so it's starting to warm up. These are a pokey, fun car. They will put you into a ditch if you're not careful. Especially with XR6 suspension, the rear end loves to step out on this car, and with substandard worn out tyres, it will always step out if you put your foot down in the wet. Always, just come through a corner or a roundabout, it will try and throw you into a ditch. So, it's a bit of a fun machine, I'll give it that much. I know a lot of my European friends were saying they'd never seen a car like this before, and well, I don't think these were ever sold over there, let alone many big 6-cylinders. Anything above 3.5 litres was generally pretty prestige, like BMW, Mercedes, that sort of thing. A lot of my European friends run cars from 1.2 litres down to, one of my friends today was just saying he's got a Fiat of some description. Can't remember the exact pronunciation for that name, but it's only 900 cc's, and that's expensive enough to maintain, let alone something like this. He'd go broke if he bought something like this. So yeah, and unfortunately they're trying to tax away LPG and everything. I was thinking of putting this on LPG, but since LPG's gone up to about 90 cents a litre in many parts, it's not worth it. Now you might think 90 cents a litre is pretty cheap compared with $1.40, $1.50, even $1.60 a litre for petrol, but remember that say if we go by literage consumption, you use on average 2 times as much LPG per kilometre as you do petrol. So effectively you're spending $1.80 a litre on fuel if you're running LPG. And that's where a lot of people don't understand that. I know the new direct injection, high-tech, latest generation dedicated gas engines get fuel economy that's a little bit better than petrol, money-wise. But the old school ones with the vaporizer with the the vaporizer types with the ring on top of the carburetor or whatever, the older style ones that use a liquid to gas converter, they use almost, if not more than 2 times the amount of liquid in weight or literage per kilometre than petrol does. So you're actually wasting money, not gaining it. And as a result, a lot of people I know, including the guy who bought my Range Rover and spent $2,500 or so putting on an LPG, are ripping the systems out, or at least part of the system, get rid of the tank and everything for dead weight, and just going back to petrol, or gasoline as everyone else pretty much calls it. So it's a real pain in the ass. There we go. Air conditioning, 18 degrees, 17, 16, that's as low as it'll go. I know the AC system's leaking a bit, but this car has kick-ass air conditioning. Yeah, about 1100 revs. We're getting cold already. There's oil on the TX valve and everything, so we're getting a bit of a leakage in there, but it still works fine. I'm just making sure this car works properly so I can drive it around the block and then give it a bit of a clean off. I'm going to get the gurney out and blast all those leaves off the windscreen and get it ready so they can separate the old windscreen and pull it out and replace it. Likewise, I've got to pull the rear view mirror and everything off, but that's their job. That's what I'm paying them for. Okay, now I'm freezing. Yeah, that AC might be leaking. I have seen oil around the TX valve, but God, does it get cold. And still running R12 too. Factory condenser, factory equipment, nothing's changed. This car's done a couple of years of very short, or not very short, but short enough runs to work and back. And although the odometer stopped, an accurate or probably over representation would be 240,000 Ks, but I'm guessing it'd be less than that. I mean, I've had my BMW and done the same sort of stuff, and I've only put about 25,000 Ks on it. So to be safe, I'd say this has done 240,000 kilometres. These cars are good for 600,000 or 700,000 if you take good care of them. Might have to do a head replacement during that period, but these cars are good for a ton of miles. A lot of miles. A lot of Commodores will die way before then. A lot of other complicated problems occur with them. But, nah, good old Ford EB. Can't beat the EB2 series. EAs, you get the occasional good one, like a really good one. EBs, you generally get good ones. There are a few bad ones around. EF's not bad. They're starting to get a bit overcomplicated with the computers and things, and from there onwards they just turn to shit. Commodores, I don't think there's any good ones in a lot of them, apart from rare racing spec ones, Brock Commodores, that sort of thing. They're all bare bones basic and worth a shitload of money. Yeah. I used to be a Holden fan, but then I took a Ford to the knee. No, wait, I didn't say that, did I? Goddamn Skyrim. Don't play Skyrim too much or you end up sounding like me. Yes, I have been playing Skyrim. Alright, that's enough for now. I'm going to move some cars around, get the trailer load of scrap metal out, put it on the back of the BMW, and I'll take it to the yard tomorrow. Thanks for watching.